Hi Pisces, my name is Audrey Alison and this is your April 2014 forecast for the month. I'm very happy to be here and there is so much going on, so let's get in. Okay, on April 5th, Venus is going into Pisces, into your first house of self. Now, Venus is exalted in Pisces, meaning there are planets that can go into signs where the sign will give them the most beneficial aspect for them to do their job, to do their work most suitably and most harmoniously. This is when Venus enters Pisces. Planets have their exaltation, their exalted sections. They also have the detriment, the opposite of where they don't do so well. And they also have the fall of that detriment, which is an uncomfortable placement for that planet. So Venus going into Pisces in your first house means that this planet is beautifying you, baby, from for 28 days or so. So for the whole month of April, Venus will be with you starting at the 5th. So you're looking good. You're getting reaction to your energy. People are noticing you. There's a loving sensuality about you, and you're attracting very positive aspects and people to you at this time. I love when Venus is in the first house. You look better. You feel better. Excuse me. On April 7th, Mercury goes into Aries. This is your second house. Now, okay, Mercury is joining Uranus, who's stationed in Aries as well. So when Mercury combines with Uranus, Uranus is very sudden and shocking. It brings sudden change and electricity. Mercury brings talks, communications, local travel, siblings, teaching, studying. But this is regarding your second house. So there could be sudden talks of income. Siblings could bring sudden money to you. You know, you could be asked, surprisingly, to teach or to write for an income. The second house is activated with surprise and shock and communication. So your finances are being discussed and there's some news regarding your money. And it feels very positive to me, which is great. The top of the month for Pisces is really, really good. And you're not affected directly in the eclipses or the grand cardinal square that we have coming up mid-month that I'll get into. So it's looking good for you with the harmonious aspect of Venus with you, beautifying you and shedding love and money on you as well. And then your second house of finances then picked up with Mercury and Uranus in this second house for you. So surprise money and windfalls could happen. If I were you, I'd purchase a lottery ticket this month or a couple if you can afford it. Okay, April 14th, Pluto is retrograding in Capricorn where it's stationed at 13 degrees. This is affecting your 11th house of goals and wishes and friendships and groups and clubs and organizations you're involved in with groups. Through September 23rd, 2014, you want to fine-tune your goals. At least Pluto is going to insist you do so. Pluto brings change and transformation to the groups and the organizations that you're involved in. And it's regarding your hopes and wishes of these groups that you're in. So you could see some magic happen between now and the end of September in this sector. Also, your relationships with your friends might be less burdensome at this time because it will be retrograding. Pluto is an intense planet and doesn't take things lightly. So in a retrograde, he just takes the stress off your back a little bit. You might have felt tense in regards to your goals and maybe relationships with friends. But now there's a reprieve through the end of September, and it's a beautiful thing. I really think that your goals are being refined and there's a clear path that's going to be opening up for you in regards to groups or what you're involved in with people. So I like that. Now, here's where things get a little shady in April. Okay, we have April 15th, our first of two eclipses, our full moon lunar eclipse. This is 25 degrees Libra, and this is affecting your 8th house of shared resources and change and death and rebirth and transformation, all things dark and secretive in the 8th house. Eclipses bring very eminent changes to you in the sector which they fall. There's either change to your sexual routine. There could be the hearing or the learning of a passing, a death at that time. But also it could mean a change in wills or your own will, or changing up your inheritance, wills, estates, taxes, things of that nature. Eclipses will bring these to a head and eclipse out of your life what is unnecessary and make room for the things that it's trying to fit into your life. And don't resist the change. It's best to go with it because it could be uncomfortable if you resist. On the 19th of April, the sun goes into Taurus like it does every year at that time. And this is in your 3rd house of communication. So you're finding that you're communicating very easily, writing, studying, teaching. Also relationships with siblings, local travel, and your neighborhood. The close local area around you is very much highlighted from April 19th through May 20th. So neighborhood barbecues, a lot of friends in the area. This is the time where the sun is shining in that 3rd house. It would also be an amazing time for you to go take a course or go to school to learn something. Your 3rd house is opening up your mind and your studying ability. So to have the sun there for 30 days would really be beneficial if you'd like to take a class at that time. You'd have success in that venture. Okay, so here comes some serious action. On April 20th and 21st, we have what is called an exact grand cardinal square, a cardinal cross, exact, in the sky, which means in astrology, there are 3 types of astrological signs: cardinal, mutable, and fixed. I'm not talking earth, air, water, that whole thing. I'm talking cardinal is a more direct and leadership type of astrological sign, which is Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Okay, so here's what's happening. And here's where it's stationed. We have Uranus stationed in Aries at 13 degrees, okay? We have Jupiter stationed in Cancer at 13 degrees. We have Mars retrograde in Libra at 13 degrees. And then we have Pluto retrograde in Capricorn at 13 degrees. This is making our grand square in the sky. And it is very intense. It's also very combustible. It's not a surprise we've had earthquakes here. This is earthquake energy. I'm saying this in all the forecasts because it is very powerful. It's also very volcanic. Okay, so I actually left the desert 12 hours prior, a day prior to when I was supposed to leave with a girlfriend of mine because I felt like we were going to have an earthquake. And we did 12 hours later. But I'm also feeling that there could be larger eruptions from this square in mid-April. This is affecting the sectors of your 2nd, 5th, 8th, and 11th houses. Your money, your income, your creativity or your children, your rebirth, death, sex, and your groups and friendships. This can be completely felt in different ways for a million Pisceans, because there's so many vast options of how this can play out for you. Like, for example, your money could be affected by your creative endeavor that went very successfully and brought a change from the 8th house into the group that you're in. Okay, the 11th house. So 2nd, 5th, 8th, and 11th. There's just different scenarios on how this could play out. I'll read some cards too for you, and I also brought my astrological deck out because I've gotten several emails about where that went. So he's in the mix this time as well. But I wanted to cover that grand cardinal cross I want to pull a card too, and I still have some more forecasts to do, but I'm having the urge to do it. Okay, this has come out a lot, and this is it. This is the Wheel of Fortune, and this is all of these elements. Hail, rain, fire, brimstone. There's going to be a lot of earthly activity today. I really think people should prepare and get your emergency kits going. I think it's just that kind of disruptive energy. Uranus brings shock and electricity and jolts of tectonic energy, the plates, mixed with Mars, aggressive anger energy, mixed with Pluto, death, change, transformation. And then there's Jupiter kicking it like, hey, what's up? I'm just chilling out over here, you know, like leaning back all happy and lucky. He's wondering why he got involved with these three gangsters. Those three combined in the square are combustible energy. So be on your toes in April, because I feel like we'll be seeing, especially in LA, we've already had 2. I feel like we'll see a few more little earthquakes, or, you know, just one kind of big shakeup for a second. So get on your helmets. We also have April 23rd, Mercury going into Taurus. Okay, this is more third house energy for you. When the sun goes into the third house, then Mercury follows. You're communicating, and Mercury is the third house. That's, you're expressive, you're communicative, you're learning, reading, hanging out with the local neighborhood, being involved in local travel, running your errands more smoothly. On April 29th, we have our second of 2 eclipses. It's a new moon solar eclipse, 8 degrees Taurus, in this third house again for you. There is change coming in this third house, change in your writing, in your learning, in your neighborhood. So be prepared for that. Eclipses eclipse things out of your life, like I said earlier, that aren't working for you. So let them provide what they'd like to fill, the universe provide what they like to fill in place of the things that they are dismantling and or taking away. Your ruler, Neptune, he's stationed at home with you in the first house. Neptune's in Pisces until 2025, so he's good there. And he's keeping you delusional. No, he's keeping you the artist that you are, the creative, dreamy, spiritual being that you are, Pisces. I love you dearly. This card is the 4 of Swords. I know I pulled this in the last couple of readings. Meditation, spirituality, thought, reflection. It's an air card. The Sage means he's thinking in his mind. The air cards are mentally active. You could benefit from more metaphysical practices at this time, such as acupuncture. The swords represent the needles. Acupuncture, massage, meditation, yoga, those types of things that would really enhance your mind as well as your body and spirit. Joining all 3 together. Let me pull one of these astrological cards for you and see what they bring up. Libra, balance, the scales. Now, Libra is a major player here in the Grand Cardinal Cross. Mars being retrograde in Libra right now. I know. You need to be careful. Watch your driving. Okay, Pisces, if I was going to warn you, I'd say, get the earthquake kit prepared. And if you're near Yellowstone National Park, be prepared for maybe some even smoky volcanic type of situations happening. But watch when you're driving in your local third house neighborhood activity, because you're doing a lot of local travel, Pisces, more than the most, because you've got so much third house activity activated because of the Taurus. Taurus sun, Mercury in Taurus, solar eclipse. So watch behind the wheel, road rage, aggressive drivers, not paying attention, being agitated. Just breathe with it. You're going to have to go with it. It's a hectic month for everyone. Don't take it personally. My name is Audrey Alison. I'm at audreyallison.com. If you'd like to book with me, I'm available throughout the week. You can also find me at Facebook at Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm wishing you a beautiful April, and I'll see you in May. Have a sweet day.